Hi, I'm Tim. Welcome to our channel, and thanks for logging on. If you enjoy these videos, do me a favor and subscribe to our YouTube channel right here at Watchbox Reviews. I would really appreciate it, and I promise to update daily. If you love this watch, you can see it and purchase it on our website, thewatchbox.com. And today, we discuss one of the most desirable limited edition Jaeger LeCoultre Reverso timepieces of the last 10 years. This is the late 2011 model year release Jaeger LeCoultre Grande Reverso 976 Guillermo Ceniceros, a 50-piece limited series in stainless steel. 10 were made in rose gold. It celebrates Mexican painter, muralist, and artistic polymath Guillermo Ceniceros. Yes, it incorporates elements of his artwork, and we'll get there in a moment, but let's talk about the size. It's one of the largest mainstream reversos of the last 2 decades, and incidentally, that period encompasses almost all large reversos. The 976 was launched at SIHH 2009 at the height of the big watch market. Nevertheless, though this is a large reverso, it's not a huge watch. Lug-to-lug, it's 48.5 millimeters, which means on my 16 centimeter circumference wrist, it wears easily. It's also not a thick watch. At 10.4 millimeters with a rounded case flank, it will easily slide underneath a dress cuff or sleeve. No reverso is broad across the case. From 9 to 3, it's 30 millimeters. And if you were to replace this strap with an aftermarket or OEM replacement, 22 millimeters is the spacing. The Reverso, as equipped, comes with a large rectangular scale alligator leather strap with bolstering down the center to match the swell of the Art Deco conical lugs, and then there's a little bit of a cleft on each side to give it character, and there's a folded edge, a monotone stitched calfskin on the underside. Third generation Jaeger LeCoultre deployant clasp. This was their first generation double deployant, all in steel to match the watch. It has a curved chassis that traces the arc of the underside of the wrist, and I always find that the double fold is friendlier to a small wrist, less likely to pinch than the previous single fold clasps. As with all reversos, the strap and the lugs are drilled close to the case, and there's a little hollow in the flank of the case so that the strap can move without too much encumbrance. The timepiece does feature all of the elements that have made the Reverso famous since its 1931 debut. So you have the Art Deco inspired conical ends, and there's an almost barrel shaped rounded case flank, and everything about the watch seems fairly fluid, curvaceous, sinuous, and what's that? Oh my gosh, when you turn the watch flush to the camera and you throw up the soldier shot, suddenly it looks like a rectangle in an interplay of hard right angles and long, strong striations, and that's the inherent contrast and tension in the design of the Reverso. From some angles, it's incredibly shapely, sculpted, contoured, and then from others, it appears severe, unyielding. It's a little bit of masculine and feminine all in one, and actually that's something Guillermo Ceniceros represents well in his human forms. The timepiece inboard of the all high-polished steel case features a dial with a slightly darkened color of luminova. You have this ecru coloration about the Arabic numerals as well as the broadsword hands at center, and the dial is double finished, so there are actually these vertical pinstripe striations that run under the hour track, and then there's a clou de Paris about the inner dial. There's also a nicely dished and countersunk constant seconds display. Because this is the 976 caliber, the 976 caliber is the namesake of the series, you have this cool time zone feature, so while the watch is still running, you can actually set the hour separately, and you can do this while the minutes and seconds continue to keep proper time. You'll also note that because the 976 is based on the Auto Tractor 975 sports watch movement, this is one of the first standard reversos to feature a true hacking seconds function. So you have that complication and the ability to set the watch precisely. Now you turn it all over. This has always been the hallmark of the Reverso, the reversing case. And rather than the standard display case back of the 976 General Series, here you actually have artwork engraved and lacquered representing the vision of Guillermo Ceniceros, and it's designed to display the duality of man, and it works particularly well because it's the duality of man, the duality of woman, and fitted to a case that is itself possessed of a dual nature. So it's thematically consistent with the work of the man, but also with the nature of the watch, and these are quite durable, although they're few and far between. JLC designs this lacquer and engraving to hold up over time. Of course, the inner chassis also finished with a handsome micro-perlage engraving. Now, what's underneath the hood? Well, it's the caliber 976, basically a sports watch caliber in that it's a 975 auto tractor with the automatic system removed. Manual wind, hacking seconds, the time zone feature. It features a 48-hour power reserve, a 28,800 vibration per hour beat rate. It's a 19 in dual movement with 2 sports watch features to speak of. 1, the free-sprung balance, and 2, the full balance bridge. Those 2 features make it very stable against shock and vibration on the wrist. So this isn't a beater watch, but it does have the heart of a very robust sporting timepiece, also being very reliable. It also uses a hairspring of JLC's own design. Lange actually makes it for them, and that is laser welded at the stud and the collet, that is both ends of the hairspring, for still greater stability versus shock. Finally, everything goes through the Master 1000 Hours control, so as a fully cased up watch, it keeps excellent time, as well as demonstrates the expected water resistance, shock resistance, and power reserve, all part of the Master 1000 Hours control. 30 meters water resistant. This isn't necessarily one you're ever going to want to expose to moisture. It's a gorgeous piece, a connoisseur's piece, a rare one, and if you're a trophy hunter of rare reversos or rare artist-inspired editions, you have to consider this watch. See it and fall in love on the Watchbox.